up, my little Tattle Tells? Listen, I know we are all missing Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, but why is they already making up fan fiction when this girl already told us what she has planned in her life? Y'all, what am I talking about? There are reports that Rihanna and ASAP Rocky are moving to Barbados to raise their baby. Now listen, if they did, would it be a surprise? No, Rihanna loves Barbados. She literally Bajan to the day she dies. She holds tight to her roots. ASAP Rocky's family is in Barbados. I believe his dad is from Barbados, or he's Bajan. You guys, yeah, it sounds good and it sounds fan fiction, and I know they won't let us see that baby, but mama, dada, listen. Rihanna already shut this down. You want to hear the proof? Y'all want to hear the receipts? All right, let's get into it. But before we do that, hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all ready for this? Let's start with that fan fiction everybody been talking about, and then we'll actually move to what the real is, right? Rihanna is planning a surprise move to Barbados with ASAP Rocky so she can raise her baby son in her native country. Now, let me tell you, first of all, this report actually came out of the Daily Mail. And if you know anything about the Daily Mail, you know that the Daily Mail is daily trash, right? Okay, not always, but come on, right? So already in her native country, I don't know what's giving me. I don't know, it's giving me some type of phobia, but let's continue, right? They go on to say, where are we at with this BS? Rihanna is reportedly planning on raising her baby son in her native country of Barbados. The singer, 34, Rihanna looks so much younger, and her boyfriend, Rocky, who's 33, reportedly welcomed their first child together on May 13th. Let's hear it for the tourists. According to, right, she's expected to remain in Los Angeles for the next 3 months before moving back to the Caribbean with Rocky. Both her and ASAP's family are in Barbados, so the couple are planning to move there in a few months' time. The publication also reports that Rihanna has already decided what school her son will attend in a few years' time. You guys, you know what? Let me just say this to pick through the BS. You're trying to tell us that Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, two international fashion designers and actively working stars, the billionaire mogul and her incredibly talented fashion boyfriend, who both need to be in the States because that's where all their business, all their contacts, all their appearances, all their shows, pretty much their whole lives are. They are planning to move to Barbados with their native son. Why? Because they're from Barbados? Okay. You know what? I was about to rip this apart, but I don't have to because Rihanna already ripped it apart herself. Are y'all ready to hear the queen? You want to hear what she got to say? All right. Hit that like button and I'll let y'all know. I know I just spoiled the plot, but I'm going to give you the dramatic reenactment with jazz hands. So go ahead and hit that like button. Rihanna literally said out of her own mouth that raising a child in Barbados is her dream, but probably won't be. Rihanna was hoping she'd be able to raise her child in her home country of Barbados, but it probably isn't realistic according to Rihanna. Get this, they said Rihanna always thought that she would raise her children in Barbados, but she now believes that plan is very unlikely. The Umbrella hitmaker, who hails from Barbados, has a jet-setting lifestyle and homes in California, Barbados, and London. So she's unsure where she will raise her first child with ASAP Rocky. But she says this, it gets difficult to say, right? She admitted to Vogue magazine. ASAP Rocky asked me recently, if I had a dream place, where would it be? I told him home, Barbados. I always imagined it being that way, but realistically, it probably won't be. She literally said exactly what anyone for brain could think. It'd be nice. It's a dream. They're probably going to spend a lot of time there while the baby's young. You know why she's on maternity leave, taking time, the young family's bonding. But she says realistically, Barbados cannot be their home base, just realistically from it being like convenient to travel and all that stuff from a standpoint. She also goes on to say, right, that she expects her mom and ASAP's mother to be the first port to call for childcare, though she says that she might put a night nurse on to put a night nurse down with them because a lot of friends have said they're really good. Rihanna said, I'm sure that'll be helpful, but they're going to have to fight my mom because I can't imagine anyone telling her how to put my grandkid to bed. Now get this. She also says that gave some touching moments on like what happened the first time her and ASAP actually went home to meet the family. She said that She recalled bringing ASAP home to Barbados to meet her family for the first time holidays 2020. She said, my mother has a really good read on people. She observes first and then she'll move slowly. I guess I'm like that too. There are some guys that I've dated that she won't even look at to this day, but she was charmed by him from the jump. You guys, again, she gave this interview just a couple of weeks before ASAP was actually arrested at LAX for that gun charge. I do want to say, I don't see any charges. The DA isn't pressing any charges. What happened to this investigation? To me, it seemed like a fishing expedition. If you guys haven't seen my old videos on there, go watch. Commonly, the LAPD, if they think you're dirty, will create a reason to say they need to arrest you for whatever, and then they got to search your house, and they're hoping to find stuff at the house. When they searched the house, the LAPD first said that they found a lot of guns and they took them in to see if they were registered. However, Rihanna and ASAP's Rocky's lawyer was on the scene, and he was like, oh, everything legal. Like, are you kidding me? He literally showed them the permits, the registration, everything on the spot. The police confiscated no firearms. What's more, they didn't find any firearms that matched the alleged weapon that was used in the alleged November 6th thing that they didn't start investigating until late March. And then in late March, they rushed to arrest him while Rihanna was heavily pregnant and she was crying all night. I'm sad, so sad that she had that very sad memory, but it looks like there is nothing behind it. The LAPD was just being stupid and they can move on with their family. Maybe they did plan LA. And I will say this, after all that happened, and they're like, we don't want to raise our child around the LAPD. Maybe they're planning going on London. But if Rihanna is what she said is true, they just don't think it's realistic to be based over some time overseas in Barbados, where all their business is in the UK or it's in New York or LA. Lastly, I do want to say this. Really, Rihanna's already picked out the school that her kid's going to go to. Listen, Rihanna seems like she is going to be a great mother. ASAP, a great dad. They're already involved. But do they seem like the type that would be so pretentious as to actually have a school picked out for an unborn child to go to in Barbados? On top of that, again, I'm not saying they don't have favorite things, but don't you wait till you meet the child, get the child's personality, see what the child's into before you start actually selecting schools. I don't think a billionaire's child needs the social climb by going to the right schools. But then again, I'm not a billionaire's daughter or a billionaire's child. Oh, Lord, why did you smite me? But I'm not a billionaire's daughter or a billionaire's child. So what do I know? Any billionaire Tattle Tells? Let me know in the comments if your schools were already picked out for you before you even entered this earth. All right, my little Tattle Tells. I will talk to y'all later.